Here we go, guys. We are back. I'm bringing back day trading stocks on this channel. The people have spoken. They want it back. So let's bring it back. Let me just zoom this in. Hold on. Let's focus this. Hey, how are you guys? You know who I am. I know who you are. You're some person who wants to learn how to trade this current market condition. Now, the only way to trade this market condition is by buying. Yes, there are going to be volatilities to the downside, but you do not short it, because if you short it, then you're asking for trouble. So let me tell you guys a simple buying strategy that you're going to be trading this uptrend in the market. And the markets are going to uptrend, and not just the NASDAQ, but even small cap stocks. So this is a perfect time for day trading. But just know one thing, guys. My bread and butter is swing trading stocks without leverage. And if you're day trading, you're going to use leverage. But if you know how to manage yourself, you'll survive. So the job is to make as much money as possible, walk away before the next bear market. We don't know when, but let's go ahead and let's get to buying, let's get to day trading, and let's get to making. Smash that like button. Let's go. So let's break something down, guys. Every time we see a drop in a stock like this, we're going to look for support and we're going to buy it back. Okay? So here's our buy position. And we're going to buy it back, take 1% or 2% and walk away. How am I certain the market will bounce back? Well, that's another story and another conversation. But because the market is on an uptrend, every time there's a dip, there will be a buyer. So we have to pick the right stocks. That's one strategy. The other strategy we're going to use is basically just having a scanner and seeing which company has volatility. Not just any stock, of course. There needs to be stocks that we understand. Stocks that when they drop or when they run up, we know they're going to continue. And of course, we're going to use something called support and resistance and something called the trend line. But we're also going to use something called market sentiment, because sometimes the market sentiment is bearish, even on an uptrend. And even if we buy a stock, it will only generate 1% or even less. And maybe that 1% isn't even a percent that we're in, right? Maybe that 1% is just to see if this stock is going to bounce as a confirmation, and we're not in it. But that's all it will give on the day. So all of these will be explained on this channel. I'm going to create for you guys a course on this channel, so make sure to smash that like button. And let's go ahead, take this strategy into the market today. We'll start with this one. It's an easier one. Let's go. So guys, market just opened. We're going to be trading Marathon Digital Holding. It's actually a stock I'm holding long term. But because I'm holding it long term, I also know the volatility and how it's going to play out. So basically, market opened. You got a gap up, a dip. Now you're looking for support areas. And if you watch this channel, you know what I look for when I'm looking for support. And this works better in day trading stocks, to look for a candle that looks like this, right? It's a buyer's candle. So look to the left-hand side. You're going to find your candles right here. So that means we're right on support, which means this is ripe for a buy position. And that's where you come in with the pattern, V-shape pattern. So here's the dip. Now we follow up with the rip or the V-shape. So I'm going to end up buying 2,000 contracts here, and I'll add a little bit more. By the way, I'm using a funded program, which you'll find a link to in the description of this video. I introduced this a few months ago, but I took a halt to see other people's results, and I just to see how they are and how they're doing. And some of them got good payouts. One of them, I think, pulled at 20,000 in his first month. And look, it's great when the market is just going in one direction. The moment this shifts, and if you're not able to shift, that's when you blow it up. And that's where you probably shouldn't be day trading. So if you're interested in this, trading with predetermined risk, then look in the description. So we're up $80 at the moment. And by the way, you can schedule a Zoom call with them, and they'll walk you through a demo. So here we go, guys. 2,000 shares open. I'm still on my futures talking about contracts. But I'm going to put my TP right here. Remember what we said? We said when the market is... So I'm going to aim for $500 here. So what I did, guys, let me break it down. Market opened. We got a red candle. Dip. But the way these stocks are set up, they're now at a major support level because it's a growth stock. And as the Russell 2000 rallies for the next couple of months, what ends up happening is all these stocks end up rallying as well. By that I mean they have a trend line, and every time they dip, they find support, and that's where they'll start to do this V-shaped pattern constantly. So I'm gonna add another 2,000 here. Done. That's 4,000 shares entered. And if you want further clarification, guys, this is 15 minutes on, I think we did yearly or monthly. Yeah, monthly. We did monthly, and we did 1 hour or 15 minutes. But I recommend your 1 hour to find the big supports, which are here. Okay, and then your 15 minutes to get the crisp. But here's the hourly. This is what it looks like. And here's your support level, right? I actually might have been early to this. It's 34, so this is trying to get support, and then it will wake up again and then shoot up. So it's a very simple strategy, guys. I look for a candle that looks like this, and my buyer's candle, here's another, okay? And the price tends to bounce from that candle. And V-shaped pattern is what comes out during an uptrend in the overall market, which is what you have. You've got an uptrend in the overall market. There's other strategies we'll discuss in other trading videos, but this is the strategy you will use in an uptrending market. And this is just one example. I mean, we could use other examples. We can look at Tesla. It's going to be the same thing. So let me just open up. I don't know what we doing here. Let's look at Tesla. We're down 400. You could also put a stop loss here if you want. So we'll just put it under here, which will be 1,180. Okay, but if it plays out, it's 1,000 plus profit in one trade. It's it's more relaxed than scalping futures, by the way, this specific way of trading. So again, what did I say? I told you guys there will be a V-shaped pattern. So the market gapped up. We gave it a few minutes. By the way, it's only 15 minutes after market open. And it gapped up. It dipped, grabbed liquidity. That's the dip. And then something like this will play out. So you won't see it here. You might see it on Google if you search it. But on the chart, it just looks like a candle that has sold off. But it will recover. And that's when it comes out as a V-shaped pattern. When you turn it into something like, instead of a candlestick, you change it to a line, and it will look like a V-shaped pattern. Okay, so I'm going to pause this, and I'll come back when this trade plays out, and that will be the end of this trade. And I'll see you guys for more tutorials, of course, as always. But the trade is still active. We're down 300. But you know the deal, guys. We're aiming for patterns, because patterns is what you're going to be using when you're day trading stocks. These technicals mean nothing in the bigger picture. The only thing you need to know, tick the box. Is it an uptrend? Tick. If it's an uptrend, you tick the box. The overall market is an uptrend. That means every dip will have a buyer. So that's where you come in with a V-shaped pattern thesis. Okay? And I'll introduce you to different strategies in the future, of course. So let's pause this, and I'll come back when it's time to close this, because it has played out, right? So I'll come back, guys. Alrighty, guys, so here we go. As I told you, V-shaped pattern, we're up $700 here. So exactly as I drew it, guys. I drew it earlier on the piece of paper, and it played out, right? Everything that I've told you to date is everything we've seen in 2021. So it's nothing new to me. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm happy with this profit. Either I reduce or I walk away fully, but you know, it's going to continue higher, in my opinion. But even if you think it's going to continue higher, sometimes reduction is good. So what I'm going to do is reduce it by 2,000 here. Okay, it's done. So now I have 2,000 shares left. And soon as it pushes to another high, I will do another reduction in the trade. And we'll close it fully, guys. But you've seen how it played out. V-shaped pattern, guys. And I love these patterns. All right, another 480 secured. Thank you guys for watching. And that's how it's done. I'll drop more tutorials here on this channel for you if you want. Smash that like button. And peace out as always.